Messiah Prather. Sophomore defender number 17, Brooke Portson. Freshman midfielder number 20, Sophia Larson. Freshman forward number 22, Alexis Corcoran. And in goal for the Hawks, sophomore number 0, Ashley Cox. The Hawks are coached by Richard Landis, assisted by Nick Puravone. And now, the starters for the CCBC Essex Knights. Freshman defender number 1, Maya Jaime Friedberg. Freshman midfielder number 2, Ashlyn Fuentes. Freshman midfielder number 4, Elena Hines. Sophomore midfielder number 6, Allison Wysong. Freshman midfielder number 9, Emma Scott. Freshman forward number 11, Diana Cordero. Freshman midfielder number 12, Devin Russ. Sophomore defender number 13, Kara Halpin. Freshman midfielder number 16, Esmeralda Rodriguez. Freshman defender number 22, Carly Getz. And in goal for the Knights, sophomore number 45, Reagan Kantner. The Knights are coached by Steve King, assisted by Emily Vetri and Natalie Berkey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Same thing. Unreal. It's presto cutting off everybody's access on the exact same day. Literally everything was working fine over the weekend on Saturday, and then they cut it all for everybody. We weren't paying.
We went to them and said, we'll pay it, but we need an invoice that says it.
Right. And they literally just cut everybody off on the same day.
You want to get out of here? You're welcome. Doesn't matter.
I hate this company so much, Craig.
Watch for a little while.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Columbia, Maryland, on the campus of Howard Community College, as we have our second semifinal game of the Region 20 Division II tournament for this women's soccer matchup between the number 2 seed CCBC Essex Knights and the number 3 seed College of Southern Maryland Hawks. Mark Winkle bringing you the action today, as we will have the winner of this game go up against the Anne Arundel Riverhawks, who just got done taking down the number 1 seed Potomac State Catamounts 3-0 in our first game of this doubleheader. The Hawks will be in their road black uniforms going from left to right in this first half. The Knights of CCBC Essex, they're in their home whites going from right to left in this first half as the teams start getting in their respective positions. It appears that the Hawks will get the ball first, and that will give us a chance to look at the goalkeepers. It will be Ashley Cox in goal for the Hawks, the sophomore goalkeeper out of California, Maryland. 5'11", as we are underway here in the first half of this second semifinal. Cox has played in 11 games, starting 9 of them, a 76 save percentage and a 1.92 goals allowed average. For the Knights on the other side, the sophomore goalkeeper, Reagan Cantner, 5'7", out of Kingsville, Maryland. She has started and played in all 13 games, and if the stats are to be believed, has played in every minute in goal. As an early chance here, shot saved by Cantner. Callie Barber gets the first chance of the game as she took that shot on the fast break chance, and a strong save by Cantner on the diving attempt. Cantner comes in with a .92 goals allowed average and an 81% save percentage. Some of the best numbers, if not the best goalkeeping numbers in the region. As Cantner put to the test early, held up to that one beautifully. On the other side of the ball, for the Hawks, number 13 is the one to watch. Megan Hinton leads the team with 14 goals on the year. The 5'3" freshman out of Huntington, Maryland. Also is second on the team, tied for second on the team with 4 assists. Number 2 goal scorer on the team, number 2, Zoe Whitsett. She's got 5 goals, also leads the team with 5 assists. So those two are the dynamic duo up top. Excuse me, it looks like both play midfield for this team. It's now the Knights' chance. They're playing it through. Cross in, headed out by the Hawks. Good cross by Fuentes. Follow up by Emma Scott as she puts that shot well high and wide of the net. But we've now seen good opportunities from both sides in the opening minutes of this contest. It is number 2, Ashley Fuentes, the leading goal scorer of this team, leads with 8 goals. It is number 11, Diana Cordero. She's second on the team with 7, and Elena Hines third with 4 goals. Cordero also leads the team with 5 assists. Fuentes second on the team with 3. This is Whitsett, who's going to pull it back to her defensive line, and they're going to try to play it out of the back line. Good quick passing. Minicino goes wide. This is Megan Hinton. Plays it long, looking for Barber. We've already seen Barber get free behind the Knights defense, but this time the Knights hold up strong and will just boot it the other way. Bevan Russ on the chase and is able to win a throw-in for her team as she gets behind Olivia Magera. Bit of a miscommunication between the Knights on that, and it is going to now go the opposite way for the Hawks. These two teams met up back on August 22nd. It was the season opener for the Knights, the second game of the season for the Hawks. That ended up as a 1-1 tie. The Knights unbeaten in their last 5 contests as they have come into the playoffs. Exactly what you want to do, coming in hot. 1-0 win against Garrett, 2-1 win against Anne Arundel, who we just saw dismantle Potomac State in the semifinal. Defeated Frederick 3-1, a 0-0 tie with Mercer County as Barber gets through again. That's taken away from her just as she was getting ready to let one loose. Chipped back into the box by Sophia Larson, and Cantner will just let that roll out for a goal kick. The Knights finishing their season, going into the playoffs, they faced off against Garrett a second time in the quarterfinal matchup back on Saturday, October 21st, narrowly escaping the upset as they defeated the Lakers 1-0 in that contest, the second 1-0 win over Garrett this year. As for the Hawks, also unbeaten over the last 4, have won 5 of the last 7. They beat Garrett 4-1, beat Hagerstown 4-3, lost to a really good Montgomery team 6-2, but came right back, defeating Howard 1-0, tied Anne Arundel 1-1, crushing Sweetbriar 10-0, and then in the quarterfinal matchup, taking out Frederick 3-2, knocking the Cougars out of the playoffs and ending their season. Southern Maryland comes in with a 7-3-2 overall record, 3-1-2 in the region, as that one's going to be cleared out of the box by the Knights. For Essex, 6-3-3 overall, 3-1-2 in the region. These two teams had a same regional record, tied against each other, so the criteria for why Essex is 2 and the Hawks are 3 came down to common opponents, and the Knights had the advantage there. Now, Essex had a chance there as they were looking to switch the field. Scott was making a run the near side wide open, but Southern Maryland able to cut it out before it happened. Strong header forward by Friedberg. Scott plays it back for Fuentes. Fuentes slows things down, now picks her head up. Tries to play it forward, but it's going to be Portson taking it away. She'll move forward. That pass does not connect, though, and Scott will settle it down for the Knights. Fuentes finds Cordero. Plays it to the corner, but nobody making the run there. Good job by the Hawks, number 3, Natalie Chavone, for closing her down. Throw in for the Knights. Fuentes. Once again, trying to go for a corner ball. She's asking for a foul, but instead we'll get a throw-in out of it. The Knights season mostly signified by low-scoring games. Don't score a lot, don't concede a lot. Scott on the near side. Picked up by Cordero. She's going to cross it. There's some Knights players open on the backside, but another good clearance by the Hawks. Once again, we see Barber breaking out on her own. Able to work it out wide. Return to Barbara as she runs forward, but it's going to be Fuentes all the way back from her attacking midfield spot. As the clock will stop with the referee checking on the Knights player that needs to be addressed. Entering the game for the Knights, number 15, Alexis Whitcup. And that will bring on Alexis Whitcup, daughter of CCBC Essex Athletic Director Greg Whitcup. Played forward by the Hawks, but nobody really chasing high as the Knights will get control. Played long over the top, looking for the run of Cordero. Well weighted ball by Fuentes. My goodness, that was put on a dime. And now Cordero plays it inside. That's going to be a shot by Hines. And Hines has it saved in the end by Cox. Ashley Cox will boot it towards midfield, allowed to bounce. Picked up by Halpin. Plays it long, finding Cordero again. Rodriguez on the overlap. 1-2 ball, Hines heads it forward. Clearance attempt was scuffed a little bit, but a good follow-up as Portson is able to finish the job and get it out of the area. Knights come into the game averaging just 1.7 goals per game, but allowing less than a goal per game. Long shot, that's going to go just wide. Ashlyn Fuentes got into that one, and it just went wide of the net. Goal kick forward. Whitset gets to it. She's going to take on her defender. That is Friedberg trying to recover, and Friedberg takes out Whitset. And referee just giving a foul as Whitset had gotten behind the defender. Borderline decision on whether that should have been card worthy or not. It's going to be a free kick for Chavone. The ball hit low towards the goal, and it's going to be saved by Cantner. Not sure if the shot was what Chavone was intending to do, but in the end, forced to save out of Cantner, her second of the game. Cordero picks it up, tries to go through the middle of the park, intercepted by the Hawks, but she'll get it back. Cordero still going forward with it. Now turns back towards the near side, tries to play for the corner, but on the different page than Russ, who is trying to check back for the pass. For College Southern Maryland, this is the second year in a row that they've made it to the semifinals. They got all the way to the championship game last year before losing to this Essex Knights team. In fact, this is the first time in a decade that the College of Southern Maryland women's soccer team has finished with an above 500 record, and arguably their best team in quite some time. Certainly well-rounded. You've got good defense, good offense, and a goalkeeper who is able to do not just enough to keep the team in, as that shot will go well wide of the net. Long ball forward, looking for Barber. Another good run for Barber. Takes one touch. Now she'll try for a shot, and it's going to be blocked away by Friedberg, who got there just in time. Barber had slowed down trying to line up her shot, and that gave Friedberg just enough time to get back in there and take it away. Good step up by Halpin. Whitset, slide tackle, gets the ball away cleanly. She has a chance to look forward now. Tries to play through the middle, and Friedberg again is able to slow that down. Given away, Barber, she'll try a long shot. That's going to be on net. Saved. Cantner was sitting on her post and read it all the way. But certainly can't fault Barber for trying on that one. Well hit ball. Taken down by Hines. Friedberg. Russ. Hines gives it away. Corcoran to Hinton. And she'll just play a long ball and put it deep in the corner. Hawks not taking advantage of the deep ball in the corner as they could look to press up high. Now they are starting to move forward and seeing if they can keep the Knights in their own half. Fuentes, plenty of time, nobody closing the ball on her. Played through the middle. Hines Long ball through, looking for the run of Russ. And a good job by Cox to come out of our goal and clear it out. Fuentes switches the field. Taken away. Scavoni plays it long, looking for Barber. Hines. Now we'll look for a corner ball herself. Rodriguez, a willing runner, trying to catch up to it, but once again, the Hawks, Megan Hinton, able to get back and cover that. Long ball played forward, looking for Barbara. Great ball forward. Barbara is in on it, and it's going to be poked away by Halpin. As substitutions will come into the game. Entering the game for the Knights, number 9, Emma Scott. And for the Hawks, number 6, Sophia Hart. Sophia Hart makes her first appearance of the game as the freshman from Welcome, Maryland is welcomed onto the field. And for the Knights, it is Scott who returns into the game after her brief condition needed to be addressed. Offsides against the Hawks on that, as I believe it was Hart who came from an offside position to play the ball. Ball bounces through. Cordero is able to pounce onto that one, running towards the corner, but Portson turns on the afterburners and able to get there first. Nifty moves as the ball is put into the box. Good clearance by Larson. Wysong to Fuentes. Fuentes goes for the corner ball, and offsides is called again. This time it was Cordero on the far side. Thrown forward into the path of Corcoran. Minikino. Played forward, Whitsett. She's in on side. Gets into the box, tries to slide it across, but another big play by Maya Ajame Friedberg, the freshman defender out of Perry Hall, Maryland. Has been absolutely critical in that left back spot to slow down these runs by Southern Maryland. Corner kick for the Hawks on the near sideline. Put in right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Knocked out. Long shot's going to be taken towards Cantner, and Cantner makes the save, as that was Madeline Minikino who let it rip from long distance. Hinton taken out from behind, and a foul is called against Rodriguez. This will be Hinton to take it from long range, likely too far to shoot. for a player that has 14 goals on the season, you never know. She will chip it in towards the back post. Kantner gets a touch on it. Play continues as that will be Corcoran who gets on the other end of it. Tried to play it back to Whitsett. Deflected out, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Southern Maryland Hawks. What a ball in by Hinton, as that was just placed perfectly on the back post. Corcoran looked like she may have gotten a touch on that towards Kantner, who was able to parry the ball away. Played in towards the box, helped along towards the middle, but then cleared out by Essex. Minikino tried to play it towards the corner, but taken away. Scott. Shoulder-to-shoulder collision. Scott ends up winning the battle as she gets it forward. Thrown towards Hines, but Whitsett intercepts. Touched on by Hart. Hart trying to get around, and it's going to be Halpin who wins out on that one. Halpin finishes the job, clearing it out. Scott finds Fuentes. Fuentes looking for somebody to go with, was trying to play a long ball. Goes short to Hines instead. Now Hines will play the long ball. Rodriguez onside. Still going forward. Up against Magera. Rodriguez gets around Magera now. Plays it back towards Hines. Hines, left-footed cross. Puts it into the middle. Cordero turns. She's got room to shoot. Takes another dribble shot. Just wide of the net. The left-footed shot by Diana Rivera Cordero. Barely missing that far post. Perhaps taking one dribble too many. Might have wanted to take a shot before that last touch. But in the end, a great opportunity for the Knights that they were not able to put on net. Played forward by Russ. Whitsett calling for the throw-in and succeeds in her protest. Midway through the first half, still tied 0-0. Both teams having chances. Certainly could have had goals by now. Neither team content with sitting back as they are both pressing hard towards each other's net. Hines intercepts that, picks her head up. Was going for the back post run for Scott. Scott still trying to run onto it. Gets a touch on it and got the ball, but kicks it right into the body of Cox, who was able to swallow that up and keep possession. Halpin with the header forward. Hines. Played forward. Barber goes back. Hines goes forward with it. Trying to find the path of Russ. And Russ is going to be called for the foul by the far side assistant referee, as Russ was deemed to have caught too much leg on that play. Played forward. Minikino. Fuentes with the Knights. Once again, pulling the strings from the midfield. looking for somewhere to go with it. Lays it off. Looking for Wysong. Now Wysong has a chance to look up. Cordero. Rodriguez is open on the far side, but Cordero tried to just dribble through a couple of Hawks instead. Did not see the run of her teammate on the far side there. Barber. Looking for Hart, but Halpin steps in front. Scavone goes long. Hinton, who hasn't had a chance to get forward very much this game, has been sitting back more as a holding midfielder more than anything early on. Wonder if that's part of his strategy to perhaps unleash her further up later in the game. Portson. Larson. Intercepted. Cordero. Scott asked for it back. Cordero gave it to her, but it's going to be cut off once again by Portson, who's been busy on that back line. Entering the game for the Knights, number 5, Kayla Chavez, and number 15, Alexis Whitcup. Kayla Chavez will make her first appearance in the game alongside Alexis Whitcup, who is returning in. Cordero over the top, finding the run of Whitcup. She'll try to dribble into the box with Whitset in her path, and Whitset ends up shielding just enough to earn a free kick on the foul. Played long by Corcoran. Just too long as Hinton throwing her head up, wishing that that had been a little bit closer to her so that she could run onto it before getting it to Cantner. The Knights enter the game averaging 20 shots per game. The Hawks just 16 shots per game. Corcoran played forward, looking for the run of Hart. As we've seen much more of a battle of attrition in the midfield last 5 to 10 minutes. Not many opportunities towards goal of late, with the one exception being Cordero's shot just a few minutes ago. Freeberg steps in front of it, looking for the run of Cordero. She's going to be in a foot race up against Scavone. Scavone wins that one. She even plays it off of the foot of the Knights and earns a throw-in. Entering the game for the Knights, number 16, Esmeralda Rodriguez. And for the Hawks, number 14, Nisaya Prather. Headed out by Corcoran. Prather just came back from her break. Fuentes. Goes forward to Cordero, who's able to trap it down. But Portson once again is there to kick it away. Whitcup turns towards goal. Nice play there. Tries to pass towards the middle and can't make the connection. Fuentes will try a long shot right at the top of the net, but Cox is there to make the save. Ashlyn Fuentes leads the team, or excuse me, is second on the team with 66 shots. Also second with 31 shots on goal. Cordero, who leads the team in both of those categories with the ball right now, plays it wide to Hines. Hines will try a long shot. Goal! Elena Hines puts it in. And the Knights take a 1-0 lead with just over 14 minutes left in this first half. Knights goal, scored by number 4, Elena Hines. Assisted by number 11, Diana Rivera Cordero. So for Hines, she scores her 5th goal of the season. 3rd on the team in that category. In fact, there's only 3 players on the Knights who have even scored more than 1 goal, and Hines just adding to that total as she gets to 5. Cordero adds to her team-leading 6th assist of the season. And almost out of nowhere, the Knights have taken the lead on a long shot that Cox just couldn't get in front of. Essex 1, Southern Maryland 0. We saw in the first game these two played against each other in the regular season. It was the Knights that scored first in that one. It was Cordero who scored in the 4th minute of that contest. Whitsett ended up scoring the 19th minute to tie the game. And that game did finish in a 1-1 tie. So the Hawks certainly no strangers to coming from behind. Fuentes gets through one, continuing to go forward. Ashlyn Fuentes has options going forward. She's got players to her left and right. Goes to Cordero. Back to Fuentes. Fuentes offsides on the play. And she will miss on the shot anyway. Perhaps out of frustration. Good give and go between Fuentes and Cordero. But perhaps the pass back just a touch too late to keep Fuentes onside. Trapped down by Wysong. Good movement as the Knights have really built into possession of this game. Hawks seem to dominate the first 5 to 10 minutes, but since then, have to say that the Knights have had the better of the chances, and it has paid off with a goal. Portson hits it upfield, taken away by Cordero. Takes on her defender one-on-one, but then Portson is able to recover back and get there in time to clear it out. Thrown towards Corcoran, but it's going to be Hines that takes over. Wysong. Jukes one defender, still going forward. Tries to play it forward for Cordero. Portson yelling at her defensive line to step up to the ball and challenge the person that has possession of it. Crossed in and headed out well by Scavone. Fuentes. And Fuentes pulled back on the play Foul called against Prather. And a great chance for a set piece here. It's going to be Fuentes standing over it all by herself. A fractured two-person wall for the Hawks right now. And referee trying to get the wall to move back for 10 yards. Fuentes will take the shot. Going for the far post, and in the end does not trouble the Hawks goalkeeper. Entering for the Knights, number 12, Bevan Russ. And number 9, Emma Scott. Entering for the Hawks, number 6, Sophia Hart. So we see Russ and Scott return into the game for the Knights. Hart also makes her reappearance for the Hawks. Fuentes looking for Cordero, taken away. Hawks have some room to move forward here if they want to. Played wide by Minichino. And Hart can't keep possession. Russ plays it back to her teammate, Wysong. And once again, a slow retreat back for the Knights. But now Hawks have a chance. Pushing up forward, looking for the counterattack. And a throw in for the Knights as it went off of the foot of Whitsett. Just over 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Saw a frantic start to it. Has slowed down considerably since then as the two teams trying to just build their way through the middle. But the Knights were able to strike first. Friedberg finds Hines. Goes wide, looking for Rodriguez. Chased down by Megara. So Rodriguez will play it back to her right back. Scott under pressure from Hart. Given away. Corcoran has room to look up. Hinton looking for the ball on the far side. The ball will be played towards her, but way too far in front. Hinton did not have a chance at that, but she had a good step on her defender if the ball was played a little closer to her. Just seeing the Anne Arundel Riverhawks buses pulling out. I guess they have scouted enough and seen enough to be prepared for the championship game on Saturday. They will face the winner of this game. For the women's tournament, the winner of the Region 20 tournament will face off in a district championship game against the winner of Region 19, which includes mostly teams from New Jersey. Region 20 plays host to that district game, however, so whoever wins this tournament will host that district championship game. The winner of that game would advance to the national tournament being played in Arizona this year. Long ball played forward. Cordero was there, but a good shield by Portson. Going forward with it to Rodriguez. This is Getz. And we'll play it back along the defensive line, looking to switch. Halpin instead plays through the middle. Cordero does a good job of checking back for the pass. Tries to go wide, but didn't have an outlet. Friedberg. Taken away by Scavone. Scavone tried to go wide to Hart, but it's going to be stolen away by Scott. Scott has willing runners in the middle. 3 of them to be exact. Picks out Cordero. Fuentes back to Cordero. Looking to play it behind the Hawks defense, but cleared out once again by Portson. Hinton running through the middle of the field. Barber picks her out. What a ball in by Barber. Hinton is into the top of the box. Turns it to her right foot. Hinton with the shot. Oh, it goes over the crossbar. And the Hawks' best chance of this first half goes awry, but not by much. A beautiful cross in by Barber to set Hinton free, and she cannot keep it under the crossbar. A goalie ball for the Knights, as Cantner will walk the ball out to the edge of her box. Wysong. Friedberg. Back to Halpin. Switch the field for Goats. Three minutes left in this first half. Both teams right now looking like they would welcome a halftime intermission to try to recharge the batteries and come back with fresh legs. Long ball forward. Can Essex add to their lead before the break? Scott trying to get around Hart. Oh, a huge collision in the box. The referee is going to signal that the ball was taken on that one. A controversial call, to say the least, from the referee, but play will continue. Play will continue still as players had stopped playing for a second there. Cordero. And a foul will now be called by the referee. Seemed like there was less contact there than there was in the one in the box. Cordero will stand over this ball. 4-player wall for the Hawks right in the middle of the field. About 30 yards out. Cordero likely has the range to shoot from here if she wants it. Cordero lines it up. She will go for the shot, and it will one hop into the hands of Cox for the save. Punted out towards Hinton. Hinton does get in possession. Being harassed by Hines, though, and Hines will win it away. Hinton wins it back, however, all by herself, trying to run through the back of Wysong. Collision between the two players, and a foul is called against the Knights. Hinton able to win it away. Earns the free kick, and now a set piece for the Hawks with exactly a minute remaining. They'll have a set piece from just outside the edge of the 18-yard corner. Played towards the goal. Cantner will make the sure-handed save. Good first touch by Cordero to bring that ball down. Gets around Hart. 20 seconds remaining. Cordero, one last run. Goes forward and hits a stone wall in the form of Portson. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will do it for us in this first half, as the CCBC Essex Knights take the 1-0 lead into the halftime intermission, thanks to the goal by Elena Hines, her 5th of the season, to put her team ahead. We will be back after this intermission. Don't go anywhere. Second half underway here in Columbia, Maryland, in our second semifinal game of the day, as the CCBC Essex Knights lead the Southern Maryland Hawks 1-0 midway through this game. Hawks. Barber plays it forward. She's had lots of opportunities to get forward herself. Now is trying to set Whitsett forward, as Whitsett has been playing a little further back for most of the first half. Perhaps the halftime speech involved getting her to push forward up more. Zoe Whitsett, 5 goals and 5 assists on the year. One of the players capable of making a play on this Hawks team. And at some point, one of them will need to in this second half to get them back. Emma Scott on the far sideline runs through the defender Minichino. Cordero plays it forward, looking to return it to Hines. Hines, who scored the goal in the first half, tries his shot here, goes over just over the crossbar for a goal kick. But a good build-up play by the Knights on the counter. Sun starting to set here in Columbia. No lights on this field, so what you see is what you get for the rest of the game, as it will start to get a little bit darker and darker as we go. But hopefully just enough sunlight to get us through this contest. Battle in the middle of the field once again. It is Minichino, who has been involved in so many plays in that middle field for the Hawks. However, it's the Knights that come away with it. Cordero trying to get around Callie Barber, who's all the way back playing defense. A good battle between those players. And in the end, Barber plays it off of Cordero to get a throw-in for her team. Hart takes it away. Cordero has it played off for leg. It will go towards the Hawks bench, or excuse me, box, and it will be out for a goal kick. This will be taken by Scavone. Minichino. That's given away in the middle of the field. Corcoran tries to slide it across. Given away as Russ turns towards the near sideline. Rodriguez played it towards where Cordero was pointing for it, was trying to call for it, and couldn't quite get there in time. Cox punts it out. Fuentes can't trap it down. It falls to Hinton. She'll play it forward. Barber makes a run on the back post. Friedberg is there. Barber trying to get around Friedberg, and a little help from her friend as Kara Halpin comes through to double team Barber and clear the ball out. Callie Barber has only played in 8 games this year. Listed as a defender, but certainly has been playing anything but defense in this game. 3 goals, 2 assists, 8 points in those 8 games, so I have to wonder if she missed a little time in there because of injury, but a very effective player for the Hawks in this game in particular. Cordero taking on Portson. Portson able to play it out. Brooke Portson, the sophomore defender out of Marbury, Maryland. This is at 5'4", but she's playing like she's 6 feet tall out there right now. Cordero going through. Portson again takes it away. Larson plays it back in a dangerous play, giving it away to Fuentes. Rodriguez finds Cordero. Cordero will cross it to the back post. Scott will chase it down, but down by the corner flag. Now she'll try to cross it in again. Nobody home for the Knights. Cox punted towards Barber. Looks like the Hawks have already started to move bodies forward. They've got 3 on the front line right now. Looks like they're running a 4-3-3 formation. Played forward for Hines. Hines will get a touch on it. She'll dribble it toward the outside. Brief fall for Scavone. Now a shot by Hines, and that's going to go over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. It's Barber, Hinton, and Whitsett who are the front 3 for the Hawks right now. Whitsett's in the middle, Barber and Hinton on the outsides. Hines looking for Russ. What a play there as she was able to get around on the far side. That is Russ, but has it cleared out by Minikino, who tracked all the way back to clear it out. Just 3 sophomores on the roster for Southern Maryland. Minikino, Portson, and Cox. Granted, 3 very important players on this team, but the future looks bright for these Hawks. With so many effective freshmen on this team, could be a force to deal with next year. Misplay there by Hinton, looking to get it to Whitsett. Played towards the middle by Scott. Cordero gets to it. She's going to try to lay it off for Fuentes. Fuentes takes a touch. Now it's going to try a long shot, and that will curl wide of the net. For the Knights, 5 sophomores on their team. Wysong, Samantha Grace, Kara Halpin, Alexis Whitcup, and Reagan Cantner. Cantner, the only goalie listed on the roster, and the only goalie that's played any goalkeeping for the Knights this year, so certainly has to be a top priority for Steve King in the offseason, but the way things are looking, he won't have to worry about that until a little bit later if this result can hold up. Played forward towards Hinton. Halpin gets there first. Hinton still running onto it as Halpin goes to the ground, but it's going to be cleared out by Cantner. Fuentes cuts that pass out. Cleared out by Friedberg. Cordero able to pick the pocket of Magera, but Magera tracks back and gets it back for the Hawks. Good first touch by Larson. Played towards the middle, but giving that away. Hines. She's onside. Russ by herself. Now Portson will recover, but Cordero's in. Cordero's shot saved. Right into the body of Ashley Cox as she's able to get low and knock that one down. Played towards the corner. Scott has a little bit of room to turn and look. Tries to nutmeg Scavone, but she is able to slam the door shut there, and it's out for a throw-in. 2 men's semifinals tomorrow, as we will see the Essex Knights, nationally ranked top 5 team all year long, go up against the hometown team Howard Dragons in the 1-4 seeded games at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we will have the 2-3 game at 3:30, as it will be the Frederick Cougars versus the Southern Maryland Hawks. The CCBC Essex Knights and the Southern Maryland Hawks, the 2 teams on the field right now, the only school to have both the men and women's teams make it to the semifinal. Bit of a scrum on the far side there between Barber and Scott. Hinton able to win that ball away. Now the Hawks could counterattack. Corcoran goes wide, finds Barber. She's got options, gives it back to Hinton. Hinton could shoot here. Hinton will shoot here, and it's going to be saved by Cantner.
That's 3 fouls you've missed already. Come on.
Cantner taking her time, looking for the right option. Hits it towards the middle of the field. Bounces towards Cordero. And it will be the Hawks who will get possession. Played in. Looking for Hines. She's going to try a long shot. A jumping save by Cox as she had to cover that near side post as that was hunting for the top left corner. Good shot by Hines with that left foot and forces the Hawks to concede another corner kick. It will be Fuentes to take it from the far corner. Fuentes has 3 assists on the season. She'll hit it high up into the air towards the box. Cox able to get under it and snag it away. Cox plays it out early. Finds Hinton, who's got some room to look. She's got Barber in front of her. Hinton trying to find Barber, and it's going to be snagged away by Wysong instead. Minichino fighting through a couple of Knights, but it's going to be Fuentes that comes away with it. Good one-touch passing. Cordero trying to get through, but again, it's that Portson once more. How many key interceptions has she made in this game? Played towards Minichino. Barber is running behind the defense. Barber is there, but so is Kara Halpin to cover the back of her right back. Play will continue as Wysong under pressure from Whitsett. Whitsett goes to the ground. Still play continues. Whitsett gets back up and pokes the ball away. And the Knights will play it out for Hawks throw-in. Barber, 1 versus 2, able to get through the crowd. Plays through a third one. Barber still into the box. Crosses it in. Friedberg gets a touch and a second one clears it out. Goes as far as Larson. Megara back to Larson. Now she'll cross it in. Halpin able to chip it out just far enough. Minichino, a quick pass forward, finds Barber. She's onside. Into the box goes Barber. Halpin once again is able to stop that play. Cordero goes towards the corner. Ball is slowly rolling out, and Portson will just shield it out for a throw-in. 14, Nasiah Prather. So Prather will come back into the game as Callie Barber, involved in so many plays, needs a rest. Throw in deep in the Hawks territory towards Fuentes, but poked away by Minichino. Hinton was thinking that Whitsett was going to check back for her. Whitsett was already making the run forward. Towards the corner, Hines. And that's played out by the Hawks once more. Chipped in, taken away by Portson. Finds Minichino. She'll play it up through Prather. And once again, the Hawks front line not quite having the synergy that Coach Landis was hoping for. Punted out by Cox. Out for a Knights throw-in. Fuentes towards the middle. Portson will clear it out. Minichino has time to look. Finds Whitsett. Looking for Prather and just a little bit behind her. Saw Hinton on the far side was calling for it on the off-ball run. Might have been the better option for Whitsett to just play it over the top. Cordero goes down to the box. Excuse me, it's Rodriguez. Big call by the referee. Was this in the box or was it outside? And the referee is going to signal he's standing inside the box right now. Esmeralda Rodriguez. And now the center referee is going to go have a chat with his assistant on the near side. They're going to have a big conversation about this. And with the assistant walking over, I think he's going to give a penalty kick here. And a penalty kick it will be. He's going to point towards the center spot as Rodriguez was taken down right at the edge. And a penalty kick is given. It will be Ashlyn Fuentes to take the penalty kick. Fuentes leading the team with 8 goals on the year. Up against Ashley Cox. Cox is more towards the right side of the net right now. And it is going to be hit that way as Cox was trying to psych her opponent out. Was going towards her right, but the shot was put to her left. And just like that, the Knights take a 2-0 lead. Essex goal, scoreboard number 2, Ashlyn Fuentes. Entering the game for the Knights, number 15, Alexis Whitcup. And for the Hawks, number 9, Callie Barber. So Fuentes makes it 9 goals on the year. And the Knights now lead 2-0 with 26 minutes left in this second half. Foul against the Hawks. Played in by the Knights. And that will be out for a corner kick. These Knights are no stranger to the regional finals. They've been in the finals the last 3 years in a row, losing 2 of them to the Howard Dragons in 2020 as well as in 2021. They won it in 2022. And now looking to make 4 straight regional finals. At the Division II level. Played long, Hinton goes towards Barber. Whitsett picks it up. Barber into the box. Played out by Halpin. Cordero. Hines making the run to her left. She'll play it forward for Hines. Hines is into the box. Her shot goes just wide of the net. Her left-footed shot just couldn't quite keep it inside that side post. Knights nearly made it 3 there. Hit forward to Cordero. She goes to ground. No call there. Hines. Back to Cordero. She just shows off her fancy footwork, trying to dribble through. And the Hawks have enough numbers to clear it out. Freeberg. Barber picks it up, looking for Hinton, and just hits it too central. Russ hits the cornered ball for Rodriguez. And too much on that as it will go out. Whitsett picks it up deeper in her own territory. Hits it out towards Corcoran. Long ball over the top, looking for the run of Corcoran, who has come way forward. Farther than she's really made it all game long, as she's usually playing in that holding midfield. But Hawks looking for any opportunity to move people forward. Try to get an opportunity. Hinton picks it up, lays it off for Minikino. Her shot is going to roll comfortably into the hands of Cantner. Cantner, low punt out. Picked up by Scavone. She gets it to Whitsett. Looking for Hinton, and Hinton's going to be offsides on the far side. Excuse me, on the near side. The far side assistant referee had his flag raised immediately on that one. Kicked out by Wysong. Portson won the ball away, and Cordero has the foul called against her. Free kick through the middle of the field, picked up by Fuentes of the Knights. Cordero looking to return it back to Fuentes. Cox comes sliding through and is able to kick it away. Corcoran tries to go for Barber early on, but Friedberg comes bolting through. Friedberg continuing to run forward. Fuentes looking to return it to Friedberg. Kicked away. Fuentes is down on the play, injured. It will be kicked into the box, and now Fuentes will be tended to. Training staff will come onto the field. We will take a brief injury timeout. Back in action here in Columbia, Maryland, as Fuentes had to be helped off the field. And the best playmaker of the Knights is currently out. We'll see how long out for. So perhaps an opportunity for the Hawks to gain some more possession without Fuentes in there. Cordero has shifted back to the midfield to fill in that space, with Scott moving to a central forward role. Russ plays it forward to Scott. Scott could be in here. Once again, it's Portson to take the ball away. And that will allow the Knights to make another substitution. Entering the game for the Knights, number 5, Kayla Chavez. Hines plays it back. Cordero. Thrown up towards Barber. Barber fighting through a couple of Knights trying to get it, but Hines takes it away. Plays it towards the middle, but it's only going to find Minichino. Two teams giving it back and forth. Corcoran, long ball. Excuse me, that was Larson looking for Corcoran on the long ball. Kantner plays it wide for Friedberg. Barber plays it off Friedberg. It's going to be a Hawks throw-in. Towards Whitsett. Whitsett will hit a high cross up into the air. It bounces towards Hinton. Hinton looking to get it to Whitsett. It's going to be deflected wide. And Goats will clear it up the field. McCara tripped up on the play. Portson to take the free kick. Goes towards the corner, finding Hinton. Hinton is able to turn around on Goats. Hinton has room to shoot. She'll take a shot. Long range, and Kantner makes the save. Menachino wins that ball away. The Hawks now finding some energy to push forward. Whitsett goes towards Menachino. Plays it wide for Hart. Good ball forward to Barber. Whitsett is making a run in front of her. She finds her to the corner. Hines chases the ball down, but Whitsett gets around. She'll put the cross in and just slices a little bit too much as it goes out for a goal kick. Wysong taking her time to reset. Now we'll boot it out. Barber. Headed away by Halpin. Whitsett takes it away. Larson was trying to find Hinton on the follow-up and just unable to catch it once more. Hinton been frustrated, trying to find some openings. She did work herself an opening to get a shot off just a couple minutes ago. But despite the Hawks moving forward, Hinton has been alone on this left flank for much of the last few minutes, trying to work against superior Knights numbers. Menachino finds Whitsett. She gets around a tackle. And that's cut out by Friedberg. She read that all the way and jumped the route. Friedberg trying to get on Barber. Barber gets the inside position and wins the ball away. Plays it towards her back line into the form of Portson. Looking long as that will be played back by Goats. Halpin goes all the way back to Kantner. Kantner just has to hit it out of bounds. Nobody there, as Friedberg, who would normally have that position, appears to be injured. As we will see Friedberg have to limp off the field. Fuentes comes back into the game for the Knights. Entering the game for the Knights, number 2, Ashlyn Fuentes. Hinton goes back, finds Whitsett into the box, just puts a mortar shot up and too close for Kantner, who is able to call the fair catch on the play. Hines running down the near sideline. Plays it forward. Trying to find Russ. Portson again with the interception as Hines will just go backwards with it. Played forward. Whitcup was on the far sideline, was ready to pounce on that one. And Hart able to get the inside position and hits it back to her goalkeeper. 12.5 minutes left. Time ticking down on the Hawks season unless they can pull something out here. Cox boots it upfield. Corcoran gets possession. Minichino. Headed wide, but it's going to be picked up by the Knights' Chavez. Hinton. Corcoran looking for Scavone, who has just moved up to the front line. Has been playing in the backfield all game long, and with the Hawks looking to get some fresh batteries in there. Seeing if Natalie Scavone can be the one to find the answer. Fuentes to Hines. And Hart will just hit it out for a throw-in. Entering for the Knights, number 6, Esmeralda Rodriguez. Rodriguez would return in, taking the place of Kayla Chavez. Portson gives that one away. Fuentes takes control. Finds Hines. Cordero. To Hines. Hines will try a long left-footed shot, saved by Cox. Long punt forward. Halpin plays it forward, and it's just going to be played out by Hart. Hart had time to turn and play it, but no communication back there to let her know that she had the time. Entering the game for the Knights, number 1, Maya Ajame Freeberg. Played out by Scavone, who has returned back to the defensive line after making a brief appearance at the front line for the Hawks. Knights in no rush to get this ball back in play as the time continues to tick down. Friedberg, who just entered back into the game, she had gone out with an injury, but appears to be just fine at this point as she earned the Knights a corner kick opportunity. Fuentes to take the corner kick. Puts it in. Beautifully put. Cox gets her hands on it. Shot by Russ will go wide. She couldn't quite get her ball around, or her foot around on the ball. Played quickly by the Knights. Excuse me, by the Hawks. Hawks are just stuck in their own half right now, down by 2 goals, needing to push forward and just can't quite get possession out of their own half. We're now at 7 minutes remaining. Hines towards the corner. She will put the cross in with her right foot, and that will gently bounce towards Cox. And can hear Coach Landis yelling at his team to get up the field, running out of time, needing to push everyone forward. Long throw up by the Hawks. Whitset gives that away. And Scavone is forced to just kick it out. McGarrah settled it down but played forward again. Just not clean on the passes for the Hawks. They can't sustain the possession that they need. Minikino finds Hinton. Hinton going forward. Hinton turns towards once again. Pulls it back, gets some space, plays it forward into the path of Larson. Larson with the shot, and that will go over the crossbar. What an effort by Megan Hinton to fight through a couple of Knight defenders. Sets up her teammate, and Larson can't keep the shot underneath the crossbar. Entering the game for the Knights, number 14, Megan Poniatowski. We'll see Megan Poniatowski making her first appearance in the game as she goes in the left midfield role for the Knights. 4.5 minutes remaining. Barber picks up the ball. Trying to go towards Hinton, but cut out by the Knights. Poniatowski plays it forward. Friedberg plays it out with just under 4 minutes remaining. Hinton. Long cross in. Corcoran is there. Corcoran with the shot. Goal! The Hawks have pulled one back as Alexis Corcoran has put in the one-time shot. A great cross by Megan Hinton. And we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Hawks goal scored by number 22, Alexis Corcoran. A Assisted by number 13, Megan Hinton. .339 remaining in the second half. Essex up 2-1 on the Hawks of Southern Maryland. But now the Hawks are within a goal and certainly has put some added pressure into these last few minutes of the game. Played forward, Larson. Rodriguez able to get through a couple of Hawks to get possession. Cordero gets around the corner, around Portson. Tries to cut it back. Cordero still dribbling around by herself. Now will try to pass it off. Laid off for Hines. Into the corner. Scott. Slide tackle in by Scavone. Long shot. Goal! The Knights pull it back just like that. And it is Cordero who puts it in. And just 38 seconds after the Hawks pulled one back, the Knights get their insurance goal. Knights goal scored by number 11, Diana Rivera Cordero. Assisted by number 4, Elena Hines. Cordero puts it in, and with 3 minutes left, they're back to a 2-goal lead. It was Scott with the assist, not Hines. Hines plays it long. Portson plays it out, only as far as Scott. It will be out for a Hawks throw-in with just under 2 minutes remaining. Hawks had their chance. They pulled it within a goal. They had the opportunity to try, but just 38 seconds after the Hawks goal, the Knights with the back-breaking goal by Diana Cordero. We're now at 1 minute remaining in the second half, and the Knights are just 1 minute away from another Region 20 championship game, a place they are quite familiar with. Long ball forward, Hinton able to get through, pulls it to the top of the box, passes it across, looking for Whitsett, and it's taken away by Goats, and the Knights will clear it up. Cordero picks it up with Portson on the ground hurt. Cordero will continue. And with 19 seconds left, the referee will check on the injured player, and the training staff will be brought out. That is sophomore defender Brooke Portson. Unfortunately for Portson, this will likely spell the last appearance that she will have for the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. What a fantastic game for her. She has been an absolute steady rock in this back line for the Hawks. Has done everything within her power to help her team. And unfortunately for her, she will be helped off the field. The ball will be put back in play. And we will see the final few seconds tick down. And final score, CCBC Essex 3, College of Southern Maryland 1. The Knights will be back here on Saturday, October 28th at 12 p.m. for the Region 20 championship game against the Anne Arundel Riverhawks. That will do it for us here on the women's semifinal Wednesday, as CCBC Essex has earned their way into the Region 20 championship game. They will take on the number 4 seed Anne Arundel, as the longtime rivalry between those two storied programs will see another chapter right here on this field Saturday, October 28th at 12 p.m. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today for what has been an exciting matchup. Thank you to all of the game day staff and crew for helping this be possible. Final score here in Columbia, CCBC Essex 3, Southern Maryland 1. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the men's semifinals.